important and very visible digital transformation. The country's business sector is awake to the vital importance of digital innovations as a driver of growth. The latest analyses indicate that India's domestic technology consumption is growing at a very healthy 14% year-on-year. At the same time, the country's government has started a Digital India economic growth program aimed at making India an attractive business location for the IT industry. These two together combined make India the most exciting IT and ICT destination. Already the world's leading mobile phone brands have started manufacturing products in certain Indian states, making products for the domestic market. The next step is local manufacture of core components such as semiconductors. The consumption of products through online channels are at its peak. Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal and others, e-commerce players, have just reported record sales in India.
Is Hyderabad, which is second only to Bangalore in terms of IT exports from India. We take a lot of pride in calling our state a startup state because we are the youngest state in Indian Union today. We're the 29th state in India, and we operate with the mindset of a startup in terms of being able to capitalize on opportunities, in terms of being able to expand our IT presence. Our thinking is entrepreneurial and our effort is strategic. We definitely are focused on identifying the gaps and opportunities through which we can position our state and our capital city of Hyderabad as a premier IT destination. So therefore, I'd like to thank SEBI for giving us this opportunity to present the opportunities that Telangana presents as part of the Digital India story today. The government of Telangana has started out with two ambitious initiatives. One is called the T-Hub. T-Hub is essentially a collaboration of academic institutions, of various business enterprises within Hyderabad to provide the largest incubator, to set up the largest incubator for the entire country, for startups in India. Intent is to make Hyderabad the startup capital of the country at least. We've started out with the right earnest. We've partnered with Indian School of Business, which will be providing business mentorship. We've also partnered with IIT Hyderabad and IIIT Hyderabad, which will be the technology mentor. And then we've also partnered, which will be the IP and the legal mentor. And along with several venture capitalists and private equity players, on the 5th of November, which is about next week, a few days from now, we will be inaugurating this facility in Hyderabad, which shall, we hope, provide aspirations, which shall provide wings to the aspirations of a lot of young Indians. We believe T-Hub will definitely be a platform where people can walk in with ideas and walk out with a product. We believe that this will definitely set the right kind of platform. And we also invite entrepreneurs from Bangalore. We also invite entrepreneurs from all over the country to actually come take a look at what we have built in Hyderabad. We also started out with another initiative called TASK, the Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge. Because the frequent complaint that we keep hearing from the industry is that the graduates who are ready to graduate, the students who are about to graduate, are not industry ready in any sense of the word. So therefore what we've created is again a collaborative effort of industry and academia to ensure that the market requirements are in perfect alignment with what is being imparted in academic institutions. So the Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge provides the industry and the entrepreneurs the much needed human resources in the state of Telangana and in our own capital city of Hyderabad.
While Canada's IT ecosystems are not as well known as Silicon Valley, we do have a strong and innovative IT sector. You may not be aware that Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver were included in the Compass Top 20 ranking. I have to be honest with you, Bangalore came ahead of those 3 cities, but we're working on changing that. We're the only country besides the United States to have more than 1 city on the list. The Canadian IT sector consists of more than 36,000 firms involved in ICT manufacturing, software and computer services, communication services, and ICT wholesaling activities. The sector employs more than 500,000 workers and has sales of $160 billion, accounting for 4.4% of Canada's GDP. It is growing at a faster rate than the rest of the Canadian economy. The sector includes global leaders such as OpenText, CGI, Expo, Shopify, and BlackBerry. ICT sector R&D expenditures totaled $5 billion in 2013. The ICT sector continues to be the largest performer of R&D in Canada, accounting for 31.8% of all private sector R&D expenditures. In 2013, exports of Canadian manufactured ICT goods reached $10.2 billion. With our low population density, Canadians have been motivated to use their IT skills to develop great expertise in wireless telecommunication infrastructure and cloud computing.
The Digital India program talks about transforming the society. What the minister from Telangana mentioned, the use of technology to enable change in society. And this change is not only for the select few, the middle class and above, but for even the last person in the line. That project itself is about a $6 billion project in terms of devices and cable that it would require. But if we were to add to it the last mile required to connect the panchayats to the households, and the devices which the users, the citizens will use to actually access this connectivity, the total number of, the total estimate of ICT requirement for this project alone would run into many more multifold times. We have today a drive to ensure that most of the public places, railway stations, universities, colleges are Wi-Fi connected. That is going to drive a huge amount of requirement for Wi-Fi routers, customer premise equipment, and the rest of the things that are required along with that. The National Knowledge Network, which connects all universities and R&D labs, about 1,500 of them across the country, on gigabit scale connectivity, again unleashes a whole set of opportunities for the ICT industry.
Like last year, we developed CBT India along the lines that at the time when India has been emerging and transforming, a country of innovation, a country of startup, and transforming towards an outsourcing nation to a startup nation, product nation, it was felt in fitness of things to join hand with Hanover Milano Fair Limited to organize CBIT in Bangalore to leverage and maximize the benefit to our startup companies and small companies involved in product creation and innovation. And I would say that we have been extremely successful in those objectives with which we started working with CBIT India 2014. Like last year, this year also, we have invited and presented an exhibition space for the small companies and innovation-based companies from all across the country. And you will be glad to know that in STPI Pavilion, we have got 100 plus startup companies selected from all across the country, from 21 states of this country, duly recommended and identified by the secretaries to the respective state governments. We have just visited before this inaugural session, and we have found that those companies, most of them are innovation-based companies, small companies, and they are startups, and they are going to benefit mostly from the business visitors and from the platform that CBIT India is going to provide to them. In Bangalore itself, for ESDM ecosystem, we have started a characterization lab which is being operated by a private partner that we have selected, and the BNSI chip designers, they can get their chips tested right in Bangalore. That facility is being run by a company called Tessar Limited, which is located in Electronic City. Apart from that, with the support of Department of Electronics and IT, we have also initiated a project called Electropreneur Park that is being run in association with Delhi University and India Electronic Semiconductor Association. This project is going to span over 5 years with the support of Indian rupees 22 crores.
Which is a part of Delhi NCR. One of the reasons that we should also bring the IT companies to the hinterland of UP, which is Lucknow, which is being the heart of UP. We wanted to bring a policy, and one of the reasons we brought this policy, and we are also looking at revising this policy to bring more companies to Lucknow. And we have IT parks in association with STPA. We have IT parks coming up in Meerut, Ghaziabad, and even we are looking at bringing an IT park in Gorakhpur, which is called Purvanchal. It's the other side of Uttar Pradesh. And the government has been very keen in promoting IT. This is one side of creating an IT infrastructure to provide services. The other side of the government was to provide e-governance solutions also. Can you believe a district called Ghazipur? I don't know, many of you wouldn't have heard of this name, which is the topmost leading district in e-transactions in the state. Every year it transacts around 5.5 million transactions. And this is something which we always have this tendency that the cities are the leaders of e-transaction. And believe me or not, the Purvanchal, which is supposed to be the most backward region of Uttar Pradesh, the other side of which is closer to Bihar, and that is where you have the largest number of e-transaction happening. And Uttar Pradesh has recorded around 38 crores e-transaction and alone in this 1 year. And we also have 5.62 crore transaction through the e-district program. So believe me or not, Uttar Pradesh is happening in e-governance. And also, we also provided 1.66 citizen solutions online, which has been across the state.
As an apex body of industry chambers, FICCI has always been supportive to the Indian business and industry, be it the Indian private sector, public sector, or multinational companies, aiming to support the sustainable growth and development of India. FICCI's IT committee has worked extensively towards accelerating the growth of ICT sector. It continues to provide a platform for the Indian IT industry and government to come together for policy changes and for promotion of mutual interaction with several stakeholders of this sector. We work very closely with the Government of India, including Department of Electronics and IT, and the state governments on the various initiatives government and the state governments are taking. As you heard, the Digital India is a very massive campaign for inclusive and transparent and participative government.
The difference of Kerala when compared to other states is that it's a very slender state. We have got a locational disadvantage. We are on the corner of the country, but the advantage is that the human talent is actually evenly distributed. So we follow a pattern of hub and spoke model where Techno part takes care of the southern part, Info part takes care of the middle part, and Cyber part takes care of the northern part. All these things are differently, all these parts are differently branded but primarily owned by the government of Kerala. That is another difference with the state government of Kerala. While maybe in Bangalore, most of the IT parks are run by private industries, about 2,000 acres of land is earmarked for the IT development by the government of Kerala.
Ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the first part of this inaugural session. For now,
it's now in Bangalore for the second time in a row. And we're very happy to welcome hundreds of exhibitors from all around the world as well as from India. The key theme of CeBIT this year is Digital India. It's how our economy and society is becoming a digital society, and what can we as CeBIT do to further that cause. And what we're doing essentially is bringing innovations related to digitizing your lifestyle as well as a business in one compact area, and running conferences alongside that will teach you how to digitize further, and that will accelerate really the speed and the strength of the Digital India movement. At the inauguration today, we had something like 7 states talk about their e-governance initiatives, and global governments also talked about the same. Our message to everybody out there is that come to CeBIT, take a step towards digitization, and welcome to the new Digital India.